Sure.
Okay. So,
And
um,
you can expect really profound answers.
my level of expectation now is sky high. Sky high. Thanks so much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie. This is my friend and colleague, Deborah, and we are going to have an idle chat for the ABA's section for dispute resolution. How are you, Miss Deborah?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's so much fun talking to colleagues. This is truly one of my favorite things to do. All right, are you ready for the hard-hitting questions?
I have steeled myself in preparation.
Excellent. What is the best gift you've ever received?
Time. Somebody has given me their time. I've had medical issues. I've come near death. I've been granted more time. Time is a blessing. Time is a gift. And I just try not to squander it.
What a lovely sentiment. Very nice. Miss Deborah, in your opinion, of course, as neutrals, it's hard for us to express opinions, but you're allowed to have one about this. What is the best holiday meal?
One with family and friends you love, and that is shared with gratitude.
Miss Deborah, are you a fan of napping? And if so, what is the best length for a nap? Is it like the 20 minutes on the sofa? Is it an hour? Is it the kind where you sort of just give up on the day and you go back to bed and you wake up all disoriented and kind of a slightly different person?
I'm not a fan of napping. I don't nap well, but the best nap is one where you wake up naturally because you're ready for it. But the best nap I've ever had, the building that I wanted to go into was closed for a siesta, and it was going to be opening at a particular time. So I curled up by the banks of a river, and the tourists were all around and the natives were everywhere. And I just curled up and went to sleep on the banks of the river. And when I woke up, it was time to start the rest of my day.
Perfect. You just wake up satiated and ready to go.
In a country that I'd never been to before, where I didn't speak the language and nobody knew me. Yeah, best nap ever.
Perfect. Excellent story. Miss Deborah, if you could hold the highest power and uninvent any one thing, what would you uninvent?
AI, but, except for medical uses. But I'm writing a novel, and I there was a decision. The House of Lords made a decision a couple of hundred years ago that they decided wrongly, and they were all in a conflict of interest. So they decided that in a way that enhanced their financial well-being and their pecuniary interest. So I've rewritten that decision, and I'm now writing in modern times in the world that spun out if they had not been in a conflict of interest.
That is fascinating. Good on you. Look at the big brain on Deborah. Well done, ma'am. Well done. All
So
right, now then
what I would like to do is undo that House of Lords decision.
fix it for all of us right from the get-go. Yeah, that would be generous. Now, Miss Deborah, we are generally speaking a peace-loving industry. We understand what conflict is. We have particular skills that allow us to maneuver our way through a conflict, but there still are some topics that are very divisive, and this is one of them. You are welcome to agree with me, disagree with me, or just come at me. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Do you know, I was in the grocery store the other day and the cashier, the customer behind me, and I started to have that conversation. And we all agreed that pineapple does not belong on pizza. And they agreed with me that the reason is because people use canned pineapple. If they used real pineapple that wasn't in 45% sugar syrup, uh, then it would be fine. But canned pineapple, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate being able to have fruit out of season. I live in a winter country. We don't get pineapple where I live unless it's imported from huge distances. So if you want pineapple, you go to the grocery store and you buy it in a can. But real pineapple just tastes so wonderful on anything. Canned pineapple, if you must.
Yep. All right. Next question. When you really need to focus in, and your brain is sort of just talking to itself and a bit scattered, and the solution is going to be to play music to get all of those neurons firing rhythmically, right? Get everybody in a lockstep. What kind of music is your go-to music to really focus in on a big project?
So the way I think about this, may I start again?
Absolutely.
I will ask people if you could have a dinner party with anybody from history, real, fictional, imaginary, who would you invite? And I have at my table Leonard Cohen, Corb Lund, Dolly Parton, Taylor Swift, and Mozart. I love all music. If it's music, I like it. And
It does.
people pay me not to sing. I know all the words, all of the tunes, and every single one of them sounds awful coming out of my mouth.
Next question, Miss Deborah. Are you a, I guess, quote unquote, research for weeks and weeks before buying kind of person? Or are you the click and find out when it arrives kind of a person?
I don't shop.
Perfect solution. Perfect. Just neither one. That works.
And my daughter says, "You have clothes that are older than I am." And yes, dear, and I'm still wearing them.
They still work, so why not? Why not? I still have my original Sorel snow boots from 1980.
Yeah, but 1980 is not the oldest thing in my closet.
What's the oldest thing in your closet, Miss Deborah?
My mother bought, when polyester became a thing, my mother bought polyester palazzo pants, so the legs were this wide, and a matching top. And when I inherited it, I cut the legs off at the knee. So it's now like a skirt, but pants. I still wear it. And a lot of polyesters died in the making of that outfit, but you can squish it down to fit in your hands and throw it in a suitcase. And when you get to where you're going, you just shake it out and it's perfect.
Brilliant. I am sorry for the loss of all the lives of the polyesters on the planet, but
They were sacrificed.
sometimes it's worth it. Miss Deborah, when you travel, what's your preferred mode of transportation? Plane, train, automobile, walking, scooter, bicycle, Segway, skateboard, rollerblades? What do you like?
Yeah, this is going to sound weird, but horseback. I go around I've ridden in 20 countries or more. Like the horse's head is not there because I don't know where to put it. I ride. Um, my favorite ride, I rode from Vienna to Budapest, following the trail, the spice. trade trail of the Magyar horsemen. That was a wonderful ride. Hmm. Well, the other part about it, I love riding in the desert. So I've ridden in the Sahara, the Kalahari, and Red Rock outside of Las Vegas. And sometimes you're in the desert and it's so still and so quiet. You just hear so much. And then some motorcycles went by, and I just felt so sorry for them. They had the roar of the engine, they couldn't taste the air. It was
Probably
it
take.
was, it was momentary. I wasn't judging them. I just thought, I wonder if they know what they're missing.
I will ask you the same question that I ask all of my guests because I'm truly intrigued by it. Tell me what it is that you love most about the work that we do in our industry. It inspires you or motivates you, or the holy grail of it. What do you really love most about the resolution industry and the work we do?
I'm going to focus on the two words, the work. What really lights me up is the fact that I've been in this field for so long and I don't do the same work every day. The work always changes. I often say I've done, well, make up a number, 1,000 group processes. I've never done the same one twice. Whatever you want to do with your life or to do good in the world, there is a conflict management component to it. So you can fit that into any work. And so the work I do now is all around what I'm calling conflict owner's manual. So I have a conflict owner's manual podcast, conflict owner's manual Substack. I'm working on a conflict owner's manual textbook. We don't come into this world with an instruction manual for conflict. But when I'm teaching, I always start with one question. Put your hand up if you've never had a conflict in your life. Okay, who's got their hand up? Nobody has ever put their hand up. And yet, who is teaching this stuff? So my focus now is on people who want to do conflict better. They are everybody everywhere who's always wanted some of these skills, doesn't want to be in our field, but wants to have the skills to apply everywhere. Because if you do conflict better, you do relationships better. So it's all about improving the quality of our relationships. So I don't do mediations anymore. I just do public talks on the three phases. I've got three categories of doing conflict better that is all about the conflict owner's manual. And that's where I'm focusing my time now. And I've written two novels about a conflict manager, and I'm working on a third and a textbook called Conflict Owner's Manual.
Fantastic. I love it. I agree. One of the smartest things that you can teach a child is conflict resolution. Miss Deborah, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, find out more about your books or your classes, or engage you to be a public speaker at their organization or help them, what's the best way for people to find you and reach out?
Well, like I say, my podcast and Substack are called Conflict Owner's Manual. I have a website, deborahsword.com or deborahsword.ca. I've or I've been in this field for so long, and I bought the URL conflictcompetence.com in, I think, 1989. I've had it for that long. So conflict competence now points to deborahsword.com. So there's multiple ways to get hold of me.
All right. So people can just do the old fashioned Google and find you and reach out and ask their questions and get the help that they're looking for. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me. I am flattered that you would take time out of your day and have an idle chat with little old me. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Natalie. And it's just been so much fun talking to you.